So Blake and Ryan are all out of cards, and they've got nothing to prove this right now.
An update on the Justin Baldoni dust up with Blake Lively. You know that Justin and his team promised to start releasing all of his correspondence with her. They're saying,
all right, get ready because this is one story that has it all. Hollywood glamour, scandalous accusations, and career-destroying drama. Picture this. Ryan Reynolds, the charming actor we all know and love, suddenly finds himself ousted from Wrexham AFC, the Welsh football club he once proudly co-owned. But why would something like this happen? The answer lies in a tangled web of allegations, lawsuits, and a feud that's spiraling wildly out of control. And at the center of it all, Blake Lively, Ryan's wife, and Justin Baldoni, her co-star in the romantic drama It Ends With Us. Buckle up because this story is messier than a reality TV reunion.
She also provided a cease and desist letter, asking them to cease, quote, all unlawful conduct, namely what they alleged is the, quote, harassing and retaliatory media and online campaign against Miss Lively.
It all started when Blake Lively, who has long been seen as Hollywood's golden girl, dropped a bombshell allegation against Justin Baldoni, claiming he acted inappropriately toward her on the set of their movie. According to her lawsuit, filed with the California Civil Rights Department and later moved to federal court, this wasn't just about a bad day at work. It involved claims of harassment and creating a hostile environment. Now, here's where it starts to get murky. Blake didn't just stop there. She alleged that Justin and his team orchestrated a coordinated campaign to ruin her reputation using their media connections to spin negative stories about her. And when Justin fired back with his own lawsuits, accusing her of fabricating the story to cover up her own behavior, the drama exploded into a full-blown Hollywood scandal.
You're not kidding when you say this is getting messier. The author of that book deleting her Instagram account, another who plays Baldoni's sister in the film, being harassed online.
But wait, how does Ryan Reynolds get tied up in all of this? Well, it turns out Ryan wasn't just a supportive husband standing on the sidelines. Reports suggest he was deeply involved in the production of It Ends With Us, going as far as helping Blake rewrite key scenes in the movie. That's right, he apparently made editorial changes that disrupted the production, which Justin claims added fuel to the fire. One particular scene, the now infamous rooftop scene, was reportedly heavily reworked by Blake and Ryan, with Blake allegedly using her connections to pressure Justin into keeping her version of the scene. Justin's team claims that Taylor Swift, one of Blake's close friends, was even brought in to hype up Blake's edits during a private gathering at Blake's penthouse. Talk about pulling out the big guns.
They believe that it's a continuation of the smear campaign that Blake initially claims happened while they were promoting the film.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Ryan's shocking removal from Wrexham AFC. Fans were blindsided when the announcement came, and speculation immediately began. Could this be connected to the ongoing legal battle? According to insiders, the timing is no coincidence. Blake's allegations against Justin and the subsequent lawsuits have caused a PR nightmare for the Reynolds family. And when text messages leaked suggesting that Ryan was more involved in Blake's legal strategy than previously thought, it only added to the backlash. The leaked messages reportedly showed Ryan discussing ways to control the narrative and protect Blake's image, which didn't sit well with the Wrexham board or its fans. Suddenly, the man who had brought so much attention and goodwill to the club was being shown the door.
I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint.
And here's the kicker. Justin's lawsuit against Blake and Ryan isn't just your run-of-the-mill defamation case. We're talking about claims of civil extortion and manipulation that could cost the couple hundreds of millions of pounds. Justin has alleged that Blake and Ryan concocted a plan to defame him in order to distract from her own behavior on set, with Blake even filing what he calls a strategic complaint to make herself look like the victim. His legal team has gone as far as accusing Blake of editing text messages to paint Justin as the villain. For instance, one message showed a team member joking about Blake's public image, but Justin's lawyers claim emojis and sarcastic commentary were removed to make the exchange seem more sinister. But it doesn't stop there. One of the most jaw-dropping moments in this whole saga involves video footage from the set of It Ends With Us. Blake claimed that Justin acted inappropriately during a romantic scene, improvising actions that weren't in the script. However, Justin's team released raw footage from the shoot, which they say disproves her claims. According to them, Blake was not only aware of the scene's direction, but even suggested certain elements to make it more romantic. The leaked video shows the two actors in character, with Blake allegedly complimenting Justin's creative decisions. So why? Justin's team asks. Would she later accuse him of misconduct? And this is where public opinion starts to split. While some fans continue to back Blake, others are siding with Justin, arguing that the evidence doesn't support her claims.
Literally, I'm just asking the question, like, how are women allowed to do this, to take something and to make it sound like you survived a because that's what it sounded like to the public.
And speaking of public opinion, let's not forget the role of Taylor Swift in all of this. Taylor, who has long been one of Blake's closest friends, has found herself awkwardly dragged into the drama. Blake reportedly referred to Taylor as one of her dragons, implying that Taylor's influence could help her in the battle against Justin. But here's the thing, there are whispers that Taylor may be distancing herself from Blake. Sources claim Taylor, who has always been protective of her image, isn't thrilled about being tied to such a messy legal battle. And when Taylor didn't invite Blake to the Super Bowl this year, a stark contrast to previous years when Blake was a regular in Taylor's VIP suite, people started connecting the dots. Is this a sign of a falling out, or is Taylor simply trying to avoid the drama?
We can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
And then there's the Wrexham controversy. Ryan Reynolds, who has been hailed as a hero for his role in revitalizing the Welsh football club, now finds his reputation under threat. Fans are questioning his loyalty after rumors surfaced that he's considering investing in the Vancouver Whitecaps, his hometown club. This potential move has sparked outrage among Wrexham supporters, many of whom feel betrayed. They argue that Ryan's focus should remain on Wrexham, especially since the club is fighting for another promotion. To make matters worse, scheduling conflicts involving Wrexham's matches have fueled accusations of favoritism and manipulation, with some fans blaming Ryan for prioritizing his Hollywood commitments over the team. So, where does this leave us? Well, the battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is far from over, and the stakes couldn't be higher. With lawsuits flying in every direction and new revelations emerging almost daily, this saga has become one of Hollywood's most talked about scandals. And as the drama unfolds, it's clear that no one is coming out of this unscathed. Whether you're Team Blake, Team Justin, or just here for the tea, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over.
Tea that I got over the weekend. I'm going to go over the biggest revelations from the filing. And I guess we'll just start with revelation number one, which was that we were...
Now, if you thought Ryan Reynolds getting axed from Wrexham ownership and Blake Lively's feud with Justin Baldoni couldn't get any messier, oh, you're in for a ride. The unfolding drama has reached a point where every new detail feels like it's straight out of a Hollywood screenplay. And believe it or not, Ryan's career, Blake's reputation, and even Taylor Swift's carefully curated public image are all tangled up in this jaw-dropping spectacle. Are you ready to dive deeper? Let's get into it. Here's where things take an unexpected turn. While the spotlight has mostly been on Blake and Justin's legal war, Ryan Reynolds has quietly become a central figure in this chaos. And it's not just about his involvement in rewriting scenes for It Ends With Us. Rumor has it that Ryan was actively helping Blake behind the scenes, strategizing ways to protect her image while they both scrambled to control the narrative. Reports suggest that Ryan's role went far beyond being a supportive husband. Allegedly, he was instrumental in working with her PR team to manage the fallout from the initial allegations against Justin. And let's not forget about the leaked texts that seem to confirm his behind-the-scenes involvement. One message reportedly has Ryan asking, "How do we spin this so it doesn't blow back on Blake?" If that's true, it's not hard to see why some people are questioning his motives.
And one of the most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of the film. This is important.
But Ryan's troubles don't end there. His potential move to invest in the Vancouver Whitecaps has sparked even more controversy. Wrexham fans, who once adored him, are now feeling betrayed. Many believe that his rumored shift in focus to the Canadian club could spell disaster for Wrexham's future. Fans have taken to social media to express their outrage, with one supporter writing, "We trusted Ryan to stay committed to Wrexham, but now it feels like he's just using us as a stepping stone." Ouch. And the timing couldn't be worse. Wrexham is in the middle of a heated promotion battle, and the last thing the club needs is for its most prominent co-owner to be distracted by another venture. But let's be real, Ryan's potential involvement with Vancouver isn't just about football. It's also about business. With the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup set to be hosted in North America, investing in an MLS team could be a lucrative move. Still, for Wrexham fans, it feels like a betrayal.
Now you have two sides here, right? So Baldoni says this was all an effort to hijack the film to get her way. Lively claims she was the victim of harassment in a hostile work environment.
Meanwhile, Blake Lively's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni is generating headlines for all the wrong reasons. Her decision to demand phone records and digital data from Justin and his associates has been labeled by some as a fishing expedition. Justin's lawyer didn't hold back, calling her tactics desperate and accusing her of trying to dig up dirt where none exists. But Blake's team is standing firm, insisting that these records will expose a coordinated effort to ruin her reputation. They've even gone as far as to subpoena records from telecom companies and internet providers, claiming the data will reveal the full extent of the alleged smear campaign against her. And if you thought that wasn't dramatic enough, Blake's team has also hinted at uncovering a web of individuals involved in this so-called plot. Who are these people, and how deep does this go? It's like the plot of a conspiracy thriller, and everyone's waiting to see what will be revealed. And then there's Taylor Swift. Oh yes, Taylor, who somehow managed to get dragged into this mess despite having absolutely nothing to do with the movie. Blake reportedly referred to Taylor as one of her dragons, a term she used to describe the powerful allies she could call on for support. But here's the thing. Taylor doesn't seem too happy about being used in this way. According to insiders, Taylor was blindsided when she found out that Blake had been name-dropping her during private conversations and even in legal documents. Sources close to Taylor say she feels used is now taking steps to distance herself from the drama. And if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that Taylor didn't invite Blake to the Super Bowl this year, a stark departure from previous years when they were practically inseparable at events. Coincidence? Probably not.
Yes, this is exactly what I want, a puppy to kick in the mouth. And you'll do what I say. So I'm going to show you these exchanges. This is Ryan Reynolds.
But let's backtrack for a moment and talk about the infamous rooftop scene in It Ends With Us. This scene has become a focal point in the ongoing feud, with both Blake and Justin offering wildly different accounts of what went down. Blake has claimed that Justin pressured her into performing actions that weren't in the script, making her uncomfortable in the process. On the other hand, Justin's team has released footage that they say proves Blake not only consented to the scene, but actively contributed to its creative direction. According to Justin's lawsuit, Blake even hosted a private gathering at her penthouse where she invited key players like Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift to hype up her version of the scene. One text message released by Justin's team allegedly shows him expressing discomfort over the situation, saying, "I feel like I'm being cornered into agreeing to something I'm not comfortable with." But things took an even stranger turn when Justin Baldoni's legal team hinted at a potential lawsuit against Marvel Studios and Disney, claiming that Ryan Reynolds might have mocked Baldoni through a character in the latest Deadpool and Wolverine project. The character, dubbed Nice Pool, reportedly had striking similarities to Justin, complete with a top knot and cryptic references to recent controversies. Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, called it a clear attempt to ridicule and intimidate his client, ramping up the already volatile situation. While Marvel hasn't commented, this bizarre twist has left fans questioning just how deep this feud really runs.
No one's told me to say this. I think people really didn't like her during those premiere things, and there was no plot against you, okay? Come down from your high horse.
And speaking of discomfort, the tension on the set of It Ends With Us was reportedly palpable. Multiple sources have described an atmosphere of constant second-guessing and creative clashes, with Blake allegedly questioning every decision Justin made as a director. One crew member was quoted as saying it felt like walking on eggshells every day. You never knew when another argument was going to break out. And while Blake's team has argued that her involvement improved the film, Justin's side insists that her constant interference disrupted production and caused unnecessary delays. It's no wonder the movie's release was overshadowed by all this drama.
Justin won't be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So his lawyer told us that their recent court filings show how scared.
But here's where things get even more complicated. Blake's legal team has accused Justin of using his connections in the media to plant negative stories about her, a claim he has vehemently denied. In fact, Justin's team has turned the tables, accusing Blake of manipulating the narrative to paint herself as the victim. One of the most talked about moments in this saga involves a leaked text exchange where Blake allegedly removed emojis and sarcastic comments to make messages appear more serious than they actually were. Justin's team has called this a deliberate attempt to mislead the public, while Blake's team insists it's irrelevant to the larger issues at hand. And let's not forget about Ryan Reynolds' role in all of this. According to reports, Ryan wasn't just rewriting scenes and offering creative input. He was also actively involved in shaping the film's marketing strategy. Some have even speculated that Ryan's Hollywood connections played a role in securing the film's distribution deal. But with all the negative press surrounding the project, many are questioning whether his involvement was worth it. And now, with his reputation as a football club owner also under scrutiny, Ryan finds himself in an increasingly precarious position. The man who once seemed untouchable is now facing criticism from all sides, and it's unclear how he'll bounce back.
But yeah, it's just getting super nasty, and it seems like he's not cowering to this attempted gag order.
Yeah, I don't really understand Blake Lively's point here.
As for Justin Baldoni, his career is also hanging by a thread. Despite denying all allegations against him, the ongoing legal battle has already cost him lucrative opportunities. Industry experts have speculated that Justin's association with such a high-profile scandal could make him radioactive. In Hollywood, regardless of the outcome of the lawsuits, and with both sides refusing to back down, it's hard to see how this story ends without significant damage to everyone involved.
And
Right.
you use this tool of a lawsuit or whatever to get it into the public atmosphere, and now you're not going to allow me the chance to respond in the same avenue? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, where do we go from here? Will Blake and Ryan manage to clear their names and salvage their reputations? Can Justin prove his innocence and rebuild his career? And what about Taylor Swift? Will she continue to distance herself from the drama, or will she be dragged further into this mess? Share your thoughts in the comments below.